just finished meeting my daughter for lunch and I'm heading into the Akron Goodwill bins to see what I can find. In case you don't know, I do have a booth at the Majestic Turnaround, and that info is always listed in my description box. And I do pretty well with mugs, so I try to find really special ones, like that Coca-Cola one there I knew would not be a good seller, so back it went. But the mugs have to be pretty special, and I'm getting a good feel for now which ones that will sell for me. Do you have any guesses which mug or mugs I picked up from these? This thing, I'm not sure if I should have picked it up or not. Sorry, I'm trying to hold it there without dropping it. But I guess it's a cow trinket box? Anybody think I should have picked that up? Let me know in the comments. I had a lot of trouble holding it, that's for sure. But I did put it back, spoiler alert. And this box full of vintage Christmas, I was so excited, but then I didn't really find anything that was that exciting. So maybe next time. I passed on this elephant planter because I thought it was modern, but now I think it's really cute when I'm reviewing my footage. What do you think? Should I have picked that up? And this I saw yellow and thought, smiley face alert, but I was wrong. Going to the Akron Goodwill is one of my favorite places to thrift. Not only do they have the bins, but they have the retail side. So are you ready to see what I got? Let's get started. First off, I went to the retail side because I was afraid I would get caught up in the bins and not get over there at all because I had a little bit of time. So I found 3 items. I just think this is so adorable. It's a little wicker teapot or tea kettle. I think it's a teapot. It's all connected and it was $2. So that will be going in my booth, and I think it will be cute, to put in there for the summer. Maybe have a red, white, and blue theme going on if I can get with that or get on it. And by the way, here's some red and white items. I picked up 2 of these. I think they're the exact, oh no, they're not. Let me show you individually. This one says chicken noodle soup, feel better. Same on both sides, and the price on these was 75 cents each, no discount on green. I think all 3 items, all 3 items are green. This one says Campbell's good, and the little Campbell kids, the girl and boy, are on there. Aren't they darling? There's not a thing wrong with them, very clean. On the bottom it says, let me peel this back a little. Oh, this one's blue. That's funny. There's a green one and a blue label. 1998. So that's vintage. Okay, so that's what I got on the retail side. And then I went digging in the bins, as you saw in the footage. Footage? Am I British? Okay, so I always pick up Coke glasses. This one's very heavy and it's that real pretty green glass. Coca-Cola does sell for me, but it takes a while. But I buy them one at a time and then I put a set together. And I also found this darling little frame. See how tiny it is? And it says Lillian Vernon on the bottom. Korea. Does anybody remember? Is that the right way? Yeah. Lillian Vernon. I think it was a catalog, if I'm not mistaken, and you would order from it. And I think it had a lot of cheapy stuff. If you remember anything about it, let me know. But I just thought that was really pretty. And you know, if I find crocheted things that I love, it's hard to pass up. Look how adorable the little stocking is. And that's a granny square. So I'll probably just throw that on my tree. And I've been into nativities lately, and this is very vintage looking to me. Now there's no marking on the bottom, and I think it's plastic. So if you know anything about that, I would love to know. There's nothing to hang it by. So it kind of reminds me of something little you would get like at church for a Christmas gift from your teacher. Anybody have any thoughts on that? Let me know. And this is Darling, little Raggedy Andy, I believe. That's an ornament. And I do believe it is a hobbyist piece. Nobody signed the back. But if that doesn't sell in my booth, I would not be disappointed, and I'll put it on my tree because I love Raggedy Ann and Raggedy Andy. All right, this you saw in the footage. I couldn't pass that up. I've sold a couple birds. Actually, I've sold one bird, and then I have another one in my booth, and that's a little clip-on bird. So very foo-foo, but I think that will sell. And I always pick up these scoops whenever I find them, and I actually have a grab bag right now in my booth. This is Tupperware, so maybe somebody's looking for that. I guess I originally thought it was maybe a measuring cup, but I think it's just a scoop. And isn't this cute? Look how darling. It says on the back, Eden, Taiwan, E-D-E-N. And around the edge, it says Peter Rabbit and Friends. And then on the actual bowl bottom, it says F, the initial F, Warney and Company. And it looks like the fox and the goose. Look how cute. So that looks to me to have some age to it. And I will be putting that in my booth. And then I picked this next item up, and then I put it back in, and I thought, that's silly to buy that. And then a lady came and picked it up and said, oh, this is so darling. I love this. And then she put it down, and I was like, yeah, it really is. I need to buy it. It's by Tender Thoughts, and it's gift wrap. Just look how sweet this is. It looks to me, yeah, it is paper dolls. I was going to say, it looks like a paper doll type look, but there are actually little tabs on the clothing. So here's the front. It's one sheet, and it was marked $1.95 by Tender Thoughts Greetings in Toronto, Ontario, but it was made in the USA. So I think I'll stick that in my booth. It's really sweet. Maybe, when should I put that in there? I don't know, just whenever I feel like it. All right, I saved my last two items for, I was gonna say, I saved my last two items for last. I saved my favorite two items for last. I'm a little bit tired. What time is it? Let's see. It's 11:30 at night. I am a night owl, and I did have a little teeny nap today. It's Sunday when I'm filming this, but I think I'm a little bit overtired. So this, are you ready? Dun, da, da. This is marked on the front somewhere. I'm assuming that's the front. MB. Do you know who that is? Majorline or Marjolaine Baston. And I've been finding her stuff everywhere now. The Santas are flocked. I can't stand it, the cuteness. Now, as I was looking it over, I noticed another detail that I originally missed. There's a bird on this Santa's shoulder, and then there's a bird down here. I think that's the only two birds. Yeah, and then they all have a little jingle bell on their cap or on their hat. Isn't that sweet? On the bottom, it says Nature's Sketchbook, and then it says USA $4.95. Of course, it's by Hallmark. I think she sold exclusively through Hallmark, if I'm not mistaken. And I think it's just a little votive holder, so I will keep that at least for a while. I just can't let go of the flocked stuff very easily. but I do think it's darling. So that'll be staying with me. I also found this on the retail side. I wasn't sure if anybody would want to purchase it in my booth, but I just wanted to show it to you. I passed it up. And I think this will be too. Just can't stand the cuteness. It's a box. Now this reminds me of a box that you would have gotten hankies in. What do you think? It's just a plain box, or possibly some type of card or stationery, but the longer box kind of leads me to think of hankies. But I thought this would be cute if I do decide to sell it after I use it for a year or two, that it would be fun to put vintage Christmas tags in. What do you think? Vote in the comments below. Also, when I first found this box, I thought just at a glance that somebody had colored it in with ballpoint pen. Kind of has that cool hand done look to it. So do you know what was in this box? Let me know in the comments below if you know. That's it. Pretty small haul, but I had a limited amount of time. Oh my gosh, I forgot two very cool items. These are my favorite items to sell. You probably know, and you're probably thinking, why didn't you pick up the mugs? Look at how cute these are. This is a very large mug, and I also got this one, so you can tell the difference. They always look so much different in size on camera than they do in person. But when I Googled them or looked up them on eBay, they both said Otagari or unbranded. So if you know anything about Otagari, I don't see any mark on there. And I'm gonna use my fingernail just to kind of move that tag. Yeah, I don't really see any mark on there. And this one's plain on the bottom as well. So those will both go in my booth, and let me know if you think they're really Otagari or not. So those are my favorite items to sell. I would have to say that. And second would be this little wicker teapot. Or maybe it's a coffee pot. That's what it is. It's too big for a teapot, too tall. That's a coffee pot. I realized I forgot another item. This is from the bin side, and I had it upstairs separately because it's so large it didn't fit in my bag or box, whatever I had. But I wanted to know your opinion on this. It's got a little damage here in the corner, and then way down in the other corner it's kind of bent, and there's a little rip right about there. So I'm not sure whether I should have picked it up or not, but I really just couldn't pass it up because it's so 70s. I think 70s. What do you think? Looks like there's a signature of Lee right there. So that will be for sale. If you're interested, you can let me know. Otherwise, it'll eventually go in my booth. All right. Now that we figured out what everything is, I would love to know your favorite item or items, and how do you think I did? Talk to me in the comments. I love to converse with you in the comments below. If you'd like to follow me on Instagram, I'll link that below as well. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye. Going to the Akron Goodwill is one of my favorite places. Oh my goodness.